It used to be a thriving site, and then the storm hit. The whole pit filled like a bowl, and the operation drowned right alongside it. But none of that matters now, because this place, it's mine now, and I'm here to bring it back to life.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my flooded quarry project here in Anno. So we're just down here rolling out this little spot that we made last episode. So down here is where we were planning on building a offload spot, kind of a second one from kind of like what we have up there. It's going to be built into the ground. That way people can just drive over, dump it, and then go around. We're eventually going to make it go completely around this mountain here and then go back down into the pit. Mainly to make a closer drop-off spot, so you don't have to drive all the way up this way, all the way around to get up to there. Now I am keeping that spot up there for anything that's going to be done in that area or at the top of the mine. So that's what this future site's going to be right here. We dug all this road out last episode, and we also cleared out the second shelf up there. So we don't have the money to build this right now, but we are going to bring the dump truck down here and start clearing out the next shelf. So that's what we're going to use with this section, and then hopefully we can get enough money to build all this up. We also want to try to get the gas truck so I can stop driving everything up there when we run out of gas. I can actually bring the gas truck down here and fill everything up. It would be a lot easier. Especially from down here, the drive up there is starting to get a little bit longer. I'm going to go ahead and finish smoothing out the rest of this road going back up there, and then we're going to bring the truck down here and start clearing out that shelf. Now I did go off and get a whole bunch of trees cut down so we can start building the wood wall down here. But let me go ahead and drive this back up there, smoothing a little bit more of this road out here, and then we'll get down here and start cutting out the next shelf right here. Start making some of that money. Like I said, got a whole bunch of wood cut down. We've still got about another 30 minutes for the rest of these wood beams to be cut down. And then from there we can switch that over to a wood wall or wood block. And that's how we're going to make the wall down there. We could probably build out some of the pathing on the bottom, but I don't know if we will, the concrete part. Because we're going to need to link this part up here with that down there. So I don't know if I'm going to drop any of the materials straight into the hopper here, or if we even just bring it over from this conveyor this way. So if we come from here and then kind of angle it down this way. We don't have to go straight off of it. We just need to make sure that the chute is over top of the built up there. We can make it kind of go this way instead of having to block it off. So just bring it this way like this, and then up to this corner, and then we can just drop it in this corner right here. That'll probably work for a little bit, but once we start actually getting bigger loads, especially if we get bigger trucks, it's gonna need to be fixed up that area too. But we'll worry about that later. But that's the plan. We can use the wood blocks to build this part up, but I don't want to put in the concrete floor where the hopper is going until we actually get the hoppers in here. Then we can move the concrete blocks and match them up here to the wall. And I think having the concrete not actually on the same grid as the wall might actually make it look pretty neat too. So let me go ahead and start getting everything and bringing it down here, and then we can start digging out the third shelf here and start bringing in some more money. Oh, guess I hit it the wrong gear and went forward instead of backwards. We're in a little bit of a pickle here. Did mess up some of the ground here. Can flatten this out. This is not too biggie. So I could probably just drive the dump truck out forward and then let the front end loader just fall down, and then we're just gonna have to tip it back over. We'll fix the ground here. I'll probably mess up the ground once it falls over too. So that's why I kind of want that wall to be put up, because we might actually put in a little bit of a floor, so I could just drive underneath it and then dump it through the floor. I do have some wood floor up there that I can use. And I think I got enough blocks made where I can start working on this wall too. So let me go ahead and get us out of this little pickle here. Oh, saved it. Not too bad then. I was expecting it to fall. That worked out pretty well. So let me go ahead and take this back up to that top shelf. And then we might dump off what we have in the dump truck here and then see about what flooring I have, so I can at least build some type of floor down here. And then grates and all that stuff. And then get the wall pillars put up too. We didn't damage much of the ground down here, so that's pretty good. They take out some of the wall here though. I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and head up there and then see what I got to work with. Alright now. Over here. We've about got a minute of this left. We'll go ahead and cancel this so we can start getting some of these wood blocks up. And we're going to need planks to build more of the floor, but I think I got enough flooring here. Oh, I got them down here. So I got 8 flooring on me. Or these are walls, so I don't have any flooring on me. So I'm going to have to build some floor too, it looks like. What do I need to build that? Or if I just need to buy the concrete for that. We might buy the concrete for the floor. So I really don't want to use a wood floor. But we can use wood blocks. So we'll have to spend some money on the concrete. Let's see, we got some wood blocks already. I'll keep the wall, because then I can put a wall against the blocks at the front. And maybe I can use these to help with that. So let's come up here and order that stuff. So if we come down here to concrete, we're going to use rough concrete. I think that's the cheaper one. Yeah, for the flooring. So we're going to need probably 4 across the top front. And then we can go 2. So that's going to be 8 that way. And then we're going to use another 4 on the back. So that's going to be 12. And then we're going to come down here to the factory part conveyors. We want to put it in the dump deck. I think for the dump truck we can do 3. So do 3 across, 2 sets. So we'll need 6 of these. So instead of going 4 across, we'll want to do 5 across. So we'll need 5 more concrete blocks. Or concrete floors. So I think that's all that we should need for that. So let's go ahead and hit in the truck. We'll grab some more of the actual blocks on our way down. And then let's see what we can build here. Alright, so we're also going to need some steps to get up here too. So I think I want to put the dumping bay that's going to go across right here. It gives me the closest area to right there. Let me get my materials real quick. So I'm thinking I got 2 of the different wrong concretes, but I'm looking at it. But if we put this right here like that, we're going to go 5 across. So we're going to put our grate right here. I'll have that one down there. And then we're going to put the concrete back. Another layer of concrete around it. I think this should be far enough out to park the truck here, and then that way I'll just dump into the grate here and I don't have to worry about falling back down like that. So I did get different concrete, which I was afraid of. I might have to go out and buy the other one, and we'll save this for later, because I do want to keep it uniform. So I'm going to need 5, 6, 7 more of these concrete blocks. Didn't even have enough of the other ones. Need to come and find a way to put up some stairs too, it looks like. So the thing is, these are gonna come out one more like that. And we'll just bring these out like this. So I might have to go one more out, I think, to make it so the truck can get through here. It's actually gonna go out this far, like this. I might need to get more concrete blocks too. Yeah, that should be enough to even just back the truck in here, even if I can't drive it completely through as a roundabout. I think that'll work. That means I could probably put the stairs up behind it. And we'll have to build the wall up behind it this way. So yeah, I think that's how we're going to have to build it. So I'm going to need to get 10, 11, 12 more things of concrete. And then, of course, have to finish building this wall going back this way. Cut out some of this dirt back here so we can back up this way, and then maybe put some steps in coming up from back here going up that way. So steps will need, how many high is this? 3 high, so probably 3 steps. And then a little bit more concrete or something to do the steps. So we might get 15 more concrete altogether. What I was planning on here to doing this, and to kind of incorporate the wall into this here. So we can put the wall pieces like that. And that way we're not using blocks here. And I'll make a nice cleaner wall. So we're going to need wall pieces too. 6, 9, 10 more wall pieces. Alright, so let me drive up there, grab that stuff, and see how much more of these wood walls we have here, so I can get, and then build some more straight walls. Alright, so now I think I got it all set up here. So now we got a grate. So now all we have to do is dig up and then drop it here. We'll put the dump truck down here. Got steps to come up and down. We got us some barriers so they know no one can park next to here. I need to build some more walls. I ran out of wood planks because I built up a whole bunch of these walls. So we're going to have to go out and dig up some more so we can build the rest of this wall up. And then I already have this side started. So this is going to go more as a diagonal going this way, so we don't keep it straight. I think the different angles and everything's going to make this look a lot neater too, so we don't have straight angles. And then, of course, we're going to come straight this way, probably till about right here or so. I don't know if we're going to take this whole wall all the way down. We might just take it until that ends, maybe right about here. But now that we got all this set up, we can start digging and start making some of our money back. So let me get back up there, get the dump truck, and then we'll keep on digging here. So I took a load up there and I started the hopper up. So we started out with 103,790. So that's what we're gonna go by our profit so far. So we're just gonna go ahead and keep on digging this out here. So I've been made it so I can actually go through the drive-through there. So that's gonna help out with, instead of backing out and everything. So this is definitely working a lot better, and I shouldn't have the issue we had before where I fell off the cliff. And then of course this is temporary until we start building the hopper for the drop-off spot, but I don't know when that's gonna be. Definitely before we get over there to that spot. So by the time we clear all this out, because it is a long trip to go from here all the way up to there for now. Now if I had people actually driving for me, that would be a different story, but right now with only one truck, I don't think I can have someone driving right now. Someone coming in and just driving for a truck. But let me keep on digging this out. The money is starting to go up. The hopper was about halfway full, so we did pretty good with that. Now they've been teasing more about the updates that they're working on here. Last time we talked about how they're coming out with the bed, so you can sleep through the night. Right now I have the game set up so nighttime goes by pretty quickly and the daytime goes slower. So that's why you won't see the nighttime kind of come through here. But once we get to bed, we might change that a little bit. And that'll also make it so we're going to have to build a house. So we're going to have to find us a nice spot to build us a house that we can build our bed in. But one of the things they're really working on is more equipment. And they teased that they're going to have some old equipment. They had a picture of it on their Discord page and on the Steam page. So I'll post that up here. Very excited about that. That can almost make it so you can do a series where you start out with all old equipment and then move up to newer equipment. Or you could just build a museum and just show off the old equipment and stuff like that too. I think that'd be a pretty neat idea. So the updates are still coming. They still got a lot more stuff planned for this. And I'm very excited about all that. The game is running real smoothly now. So when I first started playing, they had a big update that messed with the physics of the trucks and stuff. So that's one of the reasons why my first series kind of ended. It was harder for me to drive. And then I started on my second series, which was more of a story mode. I only did a couple of episodes for that. Again, they were going through bigger updates and more updates at that time, so it was harder for me to start an actual story series at that time. But I think we're in a good spot here for me to do a series with this, especially since I'm not trying to do a story series, so it shouldn't mess up the saves too much. And I think you can also downgrade any of the updates. But again, we're going to be going through all the beta updates, so stuff was going to hopefully change in here if they do another big beta. But let's keep on making some more money and digging out this spot. We've already made almost $20,000 just for how much is being processed, and a lot more is still being processed, so we got a lot more to go. But we're going to do a small cut on this shelf, and then we'll come back and do the final cut to make it even. Now I was thinking of what I should do with this area over here. Once I get all these little ore patches out and we get to a more comfortable spot, this might be the new parking lot for all my trucks and everything that when I build them. So we'll put a concrete pad there, or that we might pave it, or put gravel down. So that's where all the trucks are going to park. So I think that'll make a good spot for that right there. Again, it really depends on how deep these ores are going to go right here. But that's my plan for that area. So we got a lot of this to still come and chop out. And a lot more money to make. Alright, looks like our front end loader is broken here. So let's see what we got. I had some dirt and stuff on me too. I'll have to move that away. But it looks like our OEM sensor is bad, so we're gonna have to order a new one of them. These are some other old parts here. I'll go ahead and take these out too. See, our pump is good, but it looks like we just replaced that. Wear plate is going down, so we might go ahead and order a new one of them also. The injector is, I think it should last us. So let's go ahead and get us another sensor and another wear plate. Gonna have to run up here with all these parts. Alright, let's go ahead and order these parts here real quick. So we need an OEM sensor and a wear plate. So we had a low quality one, so let's go ahead and get us a better quality one now that we got some good money. Sensors. So let's go ahead and get us a high quality sensor. It's not that much more than a manufacturer sensor. Now let's go ahead and get us a wear plate. Go ahead and get us a high quality one of those since we've already went through two of them. Alright, we'll just go ahead and throw these back down here in the loader, so we'll drive the truck down there. Alright, there we go. Now we're back trucking here. Alright, so we got our fuel warning light on, so we're going to go ahead and come this way and get some fuel. Take this load up like we normally do while we're going up there, might as well. We'll just come out this way like this. So some complications starting out this episode, but we're still making by. We've made about another $10,000 since that last little bit. Now I think a lot of this is dirt this time, and we're doing a lot of pay dirt and that kind of stuff. So I might come over here and start processing some of those diamonds too. We drop this off and get some fuel while we're up here. The roller back here, make sure we don't run into it. Finger up the fuel. Right, topped it off. Some of that money went down again because we had to buy those parts. So that's not going to go count into our profit so far. But let's go ahead and start cleaning some of these diamonds and rubies. I need to go ahead and put stairs up going this way too. I'm going to stop jumping on the container here. So we'll go ahead and process what we can here and throw some more of this down that way. So diamond and rubies. See, we got a whole bunch of rubies here, so I think that's going to make our profits go in at the end of the episode. So I think that's going to help some. Let's go ahead and put these in here and drop them. It should bring us some pretty good money there too. So we're also just dealing with coal and pay dirt and dirt where we're at right now. So I think before on the shelf above, once we get back up to where that was, back out here. Once we get back up to that was, then we might get some more of the diamonds and gold. Let's go ahead up. We got promoted. Go ahead and come down here and keep on digging. I need to bring the dump truck up and load it. So we got another load of it. Yeah, the diamond, the gold and that silicon brought in another $5,000. Are doing good. Like I said, once we get more into more of the ore, which is more further deep in that way, I think we'll start rolling in the money too. So let's keep at it here. So the sun's going down. So we'll probably call it the end of the day here. So let's go ahead and come up here and see how much money we've made and process our stuff. We got to put our rubies over and sell what we have in the wash plant. And then of course whatever gold and stuff that we have in here. This truck's dirty. I did wash all the trucks before this episode and they're already starting to get dirty. Drop this one load off and then see how much money we've got for this episode. We gotta make sure we pay back our investors. I don't think this is gonna be a big payday, but we did have some issues, so have to put that into account. So let's get all of that processing here. Oh, whoop, overrun. So we still got a lot of ruby ores and stuff, so we're doing good with that. This gold here we'll throw down here real quick while that's still going through. So I'll just wait for that to process. Oh, I gotta go get my truck. So I'll run down there and grab that while that's finishing going through the system. But we got a lot of this shelf done. Again, we spent most of the day building the actual drop-off spot here. It works out pretty well. And again, I'm able to actually drive all the way through. So that's going to help. And once I get this wall up, I think that'll help more. So we got kind of 2 layers for this shelf to go. So right now we're just clearing off this top little layer. This is a little bit deeper. So we might have to make a little ramp coming up. Bring these up a little bit more so that it doesn't get too high. So we can get back here into this stuff. We haven't gone out to here, so here's some gold and stuff. So this stuff right here is going to be used very good. Words. So this stuff here is actually should help with bringing in a lot more money. We're starting to get into a little bit of it here, but we should be able to dig into it next episode. Looking at it, we still might need to kind of fix this part of the road. So we might bring the bulldozer down here next episode and clean up this a little bit more. So we can cut this out and bring it down that way. So we can make a bigger loop up over this way. Let's go ahead and drive up there and see how much money we've made. Sounds like everything's been processed through, so let's grab the rest of this stuff. Dump this in here. Let that go through. We'll put these here in the wash plant, so we start our washing stuff. Go ahead and grab these. We'll go ahead and start these up. So it looks like the rubies is what takes longer to process. Makes sense. Put those in there. I think we've got everything cycle through. See anything more up here on these belts? So let's go ahead and turn all this off. And we'll come up here and start tiling up our money. Now we need to get some water to this wash plant. I think if we do that, we could get a better yield and we can start making more money off of this pay dirt. So that's another thing we need to look into. So we'll need to buy a pump and get some piping for it. So the piping comes in right here. And then the pump has to be put on grass. So we have a little bit of grass right here in the middle. We got some grass down here. But I don't like this location because all this might go out. And then we got grass up here. And we're also going to need to be able to put electricity and stuff to it. So we might be able to put the pump maybe up on this area up here and then just bring the pipe back. So it'll go over in the air up and over here. So that's something we can look into next episode. I'll turn that off. So let's come up here and see how much money we've made. So we'll sell 580 rubies for $111,000. That brought up a whole lot. And then we got these diamonds for another $10,000. So we actually did do a good profit here. So now we have an ending balance of $285,562. So let's go ahead and add all this up here and see what we got going on. So that'll give us a difference between our starting balance of $103,790 at $181,772. So we'll do our investor cut for that. So we'll go ahead and send that to them. So that comes up to $45,443. So we'll go ahead and send that over. So that leaves us a balance of $240,119. So our true total profit that we made after paying the investors is $136,329. So we actually did pretty good. I think this was our second biggest profit so far. Definitely our second biggest payoff to the investors. So we're starting to get them paid down. So that's good. So it looks like that so far we've paid the investors $113,296. So we're getting there, not quite a quarter of a way there, but we should actually start bringing in more money once we start getting into that shelf some more. So it's been a busy one here at the flooded quarry. From cliffside mishaps to building our new drop-off platform, we've managed to turn a rough start into a solid progress. The third shelf is taking shape, and before long, this whole area could be the perfect home for our growing fleet. We're chipping away at the work, paying down the investors, and moving one step closer to our goals. Another load down, another step closer. We're starting to see real progress here. Thanks for watching the Flooded Quarry project, and we'll see you on the next cut.